What is up? FTN Daily.
That was sick.
Yeah. I love that countdown. That countdown's
Yeah.
cool as shit. Yeah, I like it. When I produce, we have a little bit more fun. Maybe it's a longer intro, but it is. But welcome to FTNDaily.com NBA live show. I'm here with my friend Joe Metz, our resident Homer Milwaukee Bucks fan / disappointed Bucks fan when they lose in the playoffs. I'm just kidding, Joe. You're the champs. We gotta respect you. But Joe, what's going on, man?
Doing well. Hell of a Bucks game last night. I just strictly as a basketball fan, it was cool to watch, and we're just greeted with a fucking hectic slate
Yeah.
right now. So I'm excited to dive in. Guys went game by game, so we kind of have some freedom here.
Yeah, we're gonna skip around to the important games. Like if you guys want to talk about a specific game, just tag us in Discord. We'll talk about it. But let's talk about some of the important games. Joe, I'm gonna start off with a very important game because I feel like it's gonna be forgotten on this slate. Houston and Sacramento. This game just went nuclear recently. All right. And I feel like it's going to be forgotten on this slate because everyone's going to OKC, the Clippers and Bucks, which are important games to have.
Mm-hmm.
But Joe, I love this Rockets and Kings game. It's the battle of two tanking teams. It's the battle of two teams that really are benching all their starters. Kevin Porter broke the slate last time. I'm going back to Jalen Green today. I think people are going to chase Kevin Porter. I think he's fine. But talk to me about this game, Joe.
Yeah, I love this. I'm right with you. My single entry right now is 3 pieces from this game. I'm trying to get more because I think relative to last slate, it's going to be overlooked because of all the value elsewhere. Obviously, we have to monitor the Şengün news because that will account for a chunk of usage and touches. You know, that one game he played over his last 2 games, he had nearly 50 touches, which is not an insignificant amount. But so 2 games ago, we had Christian Wood, Eric Gordon, and Dennis Schroeder shut down for the season. Since then, the rate boost that both of these guards have seen are just ridiculous. Like Kevin Porter is now up towards 90 touches per game, which would, over the course of an entire season, put him top 15 in the entire NBA. And Jalen Green's efficiency over the last 2 games has skyrocketed. He's averaging over 30 points per game. He has a true shooting percentage of 64.5%. Like, they're both playing super well. I think the two, just kind of depends on lineup construction because Kevin Porter is point guard only, where Jalen Green has that other guard eligibility.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind either of them. I like Green a lot. I think for my single entry, I have Kevin Porter because I like the peripheral upside, the double-double and triple-double upside. Kevin Porter is also one of my favorite players in the betting market. So I'm all over both of these guys. But for the Houston side in particular, I don't really have interest in the ancillary guys outside of these 2 pieces.
Yeah, I like Davion Mitchell a lot too. I like having Kevin Porter or Jalen Green and then bringing it back with Davion Mitchell. You don't need to do it on such a big slate. We have so much value. They are expensive. I just feel like they're going to be forgotten. This game could blow up. So I love this game. KBJ is definitely needs to be in consideration. I know Deladella's talking about that too, but I honestly think this is the Jalen Green game. I mean, they could both. Joe, do you hate playing both of them today?
No, I don't at all because they're accounting for the entirety of this offense. And you look at what Kevin Porter Jr. is doing as a primary ball handler. He's the main facilitator. So if Jalen Green's scoring, he's likely getting the ball from Kevin Porter Jr. So they correlate really well. 2 ceiling games in a row for Kevin Porter Jr. Both games, Jalen Green had over 40 DK points. So they don't correlate against each other.
Yeah. Yep. Nope. For sure. I love this game a lot, and I think I'm on the same page. I think it's gonna be Davion and then Kevin Porter with Jalen Green, and that's about it. All right, you want to jump to the OKC game real quick?
Well, quick on the other side of the game. I think Davion Mitchell's a great play. I love Damian Jones too for 5.5.
Yeah.
The Rockets can't defend bigs. I hope people have a level of sticker shock from his price because he is normally a sub 4K player. But this price is one he can easily smash again. It feels chasey, but if there's a matchup to chase, it's Houston.
Yeah, and I think people need to decide. Am I going to play Beef Stew or am I going to play Damian Jones? That's the question because Beef Stew should tear up this OKC team, and then Damian Jones should tear up this Houston team, which he did. Joe, I called the 40 burger for Damian Jones on the last show I was on.
You did.
I'm just saying, I did. But then I got off of him because Alex Len was in. So we'll just put an asterisk on there. Anything else you like from this game?
No, I'm really hoping this game pops.
Yeah, me too. As of right now, my I have two lineups. One of my placeholders has Kevin Porter, Jalen Green, and Davion Mitchell. What are the chances of that?
Okay.
Let's jump to your Bucks. All right, our resident
Yep.
Homers fan Joe Metz is here. We got two teams that are sitting all their starters here: Clippers and Bucks. Joe, what are we doing with this game? We got to play a ton of it, right?
Yeah. So I want at least two pieces in my lineup from the game in general. I think people need to pump the brakes with the Bucks a little bit. Like Jordan Noir is a core play for me. 3K flat. We know his usage rate when these guys are out. We know his volume, but there's still 11 guys active on this roster. It's not like these other teams that have 8, 9 guys left. So we still might see a deep rotation. You know, you made a good point in the Discord. Like, sure, Bobby Portis is active, Grayson Allen is active. I don't know if they'll get full run, but they'll get enough run where 30, 32 minutes where it will impact the value of these deeper bench guys like a Thanasis Antetokounmpo. So I'm all over Jordan Nwora. If I had to pick my $3 in terms of order of priority, go Nwora, Allen, and then Portis, with Pat Connaughton being a distant fourth. On the other side of the ball, I want at least one of Amir Coffey, Terrence Mann, or Luke Kennard in every lineup I would make.
What about two? You wouldn't put two?
No, at the very minimum one, but like two right now is a sweet spot I'm landing on.
Yeah, and I think like with the Bucks, I'm not playing Portis. Like for me, for just a little bit more, you can get Roby, and I think Roby is Malcolm Brogdon out, Tank Commander ruled out Friday. That's pretty funny.
Why did they not just shut him down for the season? I don't get it.
I love it. I love the tweet though. Tank Commander.
I know.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, if you had to choose between Roby and Portis, who would you go with all these guys out from Milwaukee?
I think I'd go Roby
Yeah.
over Portis. Way less bodies in
Okay.
Oklahoma City than Milwaukee.
Yeah. My fear. I mean, he's gonna get minutes. 34 minutes last
Yeah,
game.
100%.
He's going against Detroit, so I like Roby as well over Portis. I had Portis in my placeholder, but I took him out. The only guy I have is Jordan Nwora. He's the only guy I have from the Bucks right now, and I'm a little worried that
Same.
I'm not having enough Bucks exposure. But I think that's enough. I like 3K for him, and then from the other side, I have to. I know you mentioned having one of them. I think you need two of the three of between Amir Coffey, Kennard, and Mann. I prefer Kennard and Mann just because of their Mann's not really a high usage guy, but we've seen him in this spot crush before. So if you're ranking it, would you put Coffey last or what?
Coffey's actually one for me.
Is he?
Okay. Yeah, he is. I think he, similar to Luke Kennard, like he can be pretty streaky from a volume standpoint. But the last game we saw this, he played 40 minutes, shot 20 times, only shot 35% from the field. But obviously, like the volatility will shift. So I like Coffey a lot. Terrence Mann's up there right after him. And then it's kind of a 3A and 3B for me between Robert Covington and Luke Kennard. I like Covington a lot at 4-3. My only concern with him, and again, these guys don't have a lot of guys, so it's not like they can limit guys a ton. But if there's someone that's not going to go out there and run for 40 minutes, it's probably Robert Covington because he is the aging veteran they want to use for the play-in and the playoffs. So I think if you're looking at this team, looking who might get one less rotation, albeit a very significant amount of minutes, but if you're picking and choosing and want an extra rotation, I think Covington is the one to fade for that reason. Still a very, very strong play, though.
Yep, I agree with you. What about anybody else? Any other pieces here? If you say Hardenstein, I'm getting off the stream. So please.
No, I'm not. That is a trigger word. I refuse to bring it up. But no, I don't think either him or Zubac's like bias aside, like Damian Jones is such a much, much stronger play in that same range. So I like those guys a lot more. I would not consider Semi Ojeleye or Rodney Hood. None of those guys down there. For me, it's Amir Coffey, Terrence Mann, Bob Cove, and Luke Kennard.
No Zubac, no Hardenstein. Then
no, I'm okay with. I mean, if I'm in that range, I'm going to default to Damian Jones 10 times out of 10.
Yeah, for sure. Someone saying rank Clips value. I think we just did, but for me, I'm going Kennard 1. Kennard's 1 for me. Then I'd go Coffey, then Mann. Although I do like Mann more, but he's just a little bit more expensive. I think the more important question is: do you go Terrence Mann or DeAnthony Melton? Because they're both in the same price range.
That's a good question. That's what I've been mulling over. I think there's two reasons I'm leaning towards Man. I think Man has more peripheral upside to kind of supplement for an inefficient night if he doesn't shoot well. But he's also got guard and forward eligibility, which I think is important on this slate where Melton is strictly guard eligible. I mean, Melton's ceiling is astronomical, but I still prefer Terrence Mann for $200 more, and he's coming in about 10%, or excuse me, 8% projected and lower in terms of ownership.
Yeah, and also I think that it's a tougher matchup. I mean, yeah, the Suns are allowing some points, so don't think that it's like I don't know. These teams are weird from last year. Like the Knicks, the Suns, the Hawks, three of the top defenses. Even the Jazz, you can say they're all allowing a ton of points this year. Yeah, it's weird for me. I lead Terrence Mann also over Melton. I don't hate playing all three. Like if you want to go Mann, Coffee, Kennard, and Nora, I think that's fine. Like they're cheap enough. Like you're getting three guys that are under 4K plus Terrence Mann. He's the only guy that's 5,400, and it allows you still to get LeBron, Jokic, Luka. You can get two of the three here. So,
yeah, I don't hate it.
Yeah, what game do you want to go to next?
Let's go to the Thunder game because we did receive obviously the news that Poku is now out.
Yeah. Talk about Tank Commander, this team right here. Let me just read the guys that they have available here because the tweet did come out. So they have Maladon, Vit, Wiggins, Sar, Roby, JRE, Waters, and Ford, right? Who they just signed right now. So basically, they have 7 bodies. That's what they have today. Jay Wynn's asking, do we like Wiggins tonight? So I guess we can start here. Aaron Wiggins going to get probably 40 minutes again, right? So for me here, I think he's fine. He's just a low usage guy. He's gone off in 2 games this year.
Yeah, one of them in the game, Kyle and I were like adamant against playing him.
Yeah. And I'm not going to it. Like for me, I think Maladon is a little too expensive now, but I think he's fine. The guy I want to focus on here is Roby. Roby's going to be the guy. They don't want to play JRE big minutes. I don't think he's going to get over 20 minutes, even though he might have to. But like Maladon, Wiggins, Roby, Waters, Krejci. There you go. I said it instead of Vit. No, Ricky, just for you. I think those guys are going to play 40-plus minutes. Maybe Roby not because JRE is behind him. Plus SAR's behind him too. So, yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know. For me here, what's your take on here? Because for me, I love Roby. Like Roby's going to be the guy that's a staple in my lineup. He's the guy I'm going to play in a ton of lineups here. Yeah. Talk to me about the Thunder.
So I actually really, really like Theo Maladon. He has been nothing short of phenomenal these last 4 games, 2 of them with Trey Mann in the lineup. Like, and when you look at this roster, like obviously we're used to Maladon being a 3,500 4K player, but looking at this roster of Krejci, Maladon, Wiggins, Sar, Roby, JRE, Waters, and Horde, who the fuck is going to score the ball? Like, there is no, like, he might be one of the few NBA caliber players on this team where at 6'8", like, you're looking at a legitimate ceiling of higher than 45, 50 fantasy points. Like, if you take the name out of Theo Maladon, like, I actually think he'd probably be popping for people as one of the best plays on the slate. But because it's Theo Maladon, people just don't want to play him. So for that reason, I'm all over. He's coming in sub 20% owned.
Şengün out.
That's huge. That's huge for KPJ. Thank God I got my bets in early. If you can rush to bet KPJ plus 1,900 triple double, I like that bet quite a bit. So that also makes KJ Martin a pretty attractive option. There's just so much value on this slate. So I like Maladon a lot. He's projecting for over 1.1 fantasy points per minute, 39 DK points Kyle has him projected for. So at 6'8", that'll definitely get the job done for you. And I think he actually has a much higher ceiling than that. Outside of Maladon, I think I would probably go to Lindy Waters, who's projecting for nearly 8x right now. He is one of the highest rated players in Kyle's model at 113, under 20% owned. And then from there, I would probably go with Aaron Wiggins, excuse me, not Aaron Wiggins, Isaiah Roby, and then Aaron Wiggins. I like Roby quite a bit. He's just kind of falling that. Like I would go Roby like over Portis, like we said. it's just a price range I'm not finding myself in a lot in my single entry lineup.
Yeah, I love Roby. Like, I feel like he's going to get big minutes. This is a great matchup against Detroit. I think, this on the other side too. Let's talk about the other side because I like Cade Cunningham. I think people are going to have
I do
sticker
too.
shock. They're going to be afraid of him. This guy's been playing great. He's finally living up to the hype. He's got 44 or more DK points in 3 of his last 4. He's got 44 or more DK points in 4 of his last 6. So he's been playing good, and now he's got OKC. It's just a matter of OKC if they can keep it close, which they should. I mean, it is it is Detroit we're talking about, so maybe they don't blow them out. But for me, like I love Cade Cunningham, and I think Beef Stew needs to be considered here in this spot too. Like in 5 lineups, do you play Beef Stew in 1 or 2, or do you just fade him? Given that,
I think I play him in 1, just
okay.
because of how many center options there are. But like, who's going to stop him on the glass in this game? I don't understand. Like I love Beef Stew, and I don't think people like. Let me pull up what Kyle has right now. I mean, he's coming in at 22.6%, which is a bit higher than I expected,
Yeah.
but that's still a pretty manageable amount on a slate with so much chalk.
Mhm.
There's
No,
just so much value now. God damn
I
it.
mean, there's so much value, which means some of these players are not going to be chalk. And,
Yeah.
just because, one of the value guys explodes at 50% owned doesn't mean it's going to be optimal. You might have like a Damian Jones go off again or a Beef Stew go off again here. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't sweat it too much. Watch the tilting. Don't tilt after a half if your guy's not going off. Although we might see
I don't
a,
know if we can stop that at this point in the season.
we might see a Portland. Who is it? Portland OKC recently that went to overtime and just broke the slate. We
Yeah.
might see that again with one of these games, so we'll see. Anything else you want to touch on in this game, or you want to move on?
From this game, I think we're good to move on.
All right, so let's talk now. All right, let's talk studs. Right, we got multiple studs
Sure.
on this slate. I think this might be the slate I finally don't play DeJounte Murray, but we have Jokic, Luka, Murray, Tatum. I think that's it, right? Oh, and LeBron. Well, LeBron's still questionable, but I think he should play, right? They have to win. Why?
They
Like, why
have to. I
would?
mean, they're tied record wise, tied with San Antonio, but the Spurs hold a tiebreaker, so they're not even in the play-in right now. They need to win.
Yeah. So I think LeBron plays. AD's
He will.
supposed to play. So let's rank these studs. I think I saw it in Discord. You said your favorite is Jokic. Why
Yep.
is that?
I think I'm in lockstep with Kyle here. We obviously know the ceiling that Luka has from a fantasy standpoint, but Jokic is higher. And Jokic has destroyed Karl Towns this season. Minnesota's gotten killed by centers this season. This is a game that projects to stay very close and competitive, which is why I like Jokic, where I think we do see a chance where the Mavs blow out the Wizards, who are very shorthanded. Mavs are playing very well despite the second leg of a back-to-back. The Wizards are also one of the worst teams in the NBA against the spread. So with a spread of 8.5 already, if they get dusted, like it could get ugly pretty quickly. Dinwiddie also back knocks Luka just a little bit. But Luka is my 2 in terms of studs. I think I would go Jokic, Luka, LeBron, DeJounte, Tatum is where I would go with my 5 studs.
Yeah. We could talk about that. We got some questions here. Rank Melton, Mann, and Wiggins. So we haven't talked about Melton. How would you rank that? For me, I think I'd go Mann, Melton, Wiggins as of right now.
I'm identical. I'm identical with you.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just ADDing it right now and looking at
You're
questions.
fine.
Yeah. So for me here, I tend to agree with you about Jokic. Like always the weak spot for Minnesota is the defense against the center because Karl Anthony Towns does not play defense. So Jokic should eat them up. This game should be closer, right? So Jokic could get full run here. I like Jokic the best as well too. The more I talk about it, I think second best for me though, Joe. And I don't know if I don't think you finished. I think you're just talking about Jokic right now. LeBron James is probably my second favorite. Like
I love LeBron too. Take it away.
No, I mean he's questionable, so there's a chance he still misses here. But that game should be close because the Lakers don't blow out anyone. Anthony Davis, I don't expect them to play Anthony Davis full run here just because it's Anthony Davis and he's made of glass. But I love LeBron 10-9. He's been playing great when he does play. It's a must win. And we see LeBron show up when in must win games. So I like LeBron second. I don't think I'm going to get to Murray. And I was telling you I liked Tatum against Indiana just because he's going to destroy them. But I fear blowout. I fear blowout for that game, and I fear blowout for Murray. I mean, if you're doing 100 lineups, I say definitely get exposure to DeJounte Murray and Jason Tatum because those matchups are as good as they come. Luka, I love Luka too. Like I think Luka is probably my third favorite. I think I like him a little bit more just because Washington, as bad as I mean, they started off great defensively, but now with them in tank mode for the most part, I think Luka he's always a triple double threat here. So I like Luka third. I guess Murray and Tatum. Do you love them as much as I do? Or
So
not
it's
love.
hard for me to love Murray just because this Portland team is so bad.
They're so bad. They're so bad.
So and that's why I slightly lean him for ceiling over Tatum because Tatum's in an equally as lopsided matchup against the Pacers. Both of them, if these games like miraculously stay close, have astronomical upside, and I think they're the best ways to get different if you're spending up. I just don't feel confident in prioritizing them over the guys we already talked about.
Yeah, I agree. I just don't think these games stay close. That's the problem. So we'll see what happens. So would you put Luka third too? Are you on the same page as me? It goes Jokic, LeBron, Luka.
I just flipped Luka and LeBron.
Oh, you have Luka second.
I'm Luka at 2. Yeah, I'm Luka at 2. But it's more like a 2A, 2B for me.
Okay.
For Luka and LeBron.
I mean, just because upside matchup, all that stuff. Yeah, let's hope that the Wizards can keep that one close too. But Luka's been playing out of his mind. We have a question here. Maybe you have the same answer, but Lyles and Joker or LeBron and beef stew?
Lyles and Joker, LeBron, beef stew. Oh, that's tough. I don't like Trey Lyles.
Yeah, that's why I said.
But I love Jokic. I still think I lean that beef stew and LeBron. But like, respond back. Who else can you play? Like, who asked that? P-Buck?
Yeah.
P-Buck, can you let us know who else you could potentially get instead of Lyles? Because I want you to get Jokic.
Yeah. I asked him to. Let's see what he's saying. Someone asked Waters or Krejci? Waters, right?
Waters.
Yeah. Waters for sure. Oh, I hear Max in the background.
There he's downstairs. He's walking around now. So
you mean running around?
Yeah.
Cool. So somebody was asking now. It was Steelers fan about Brandon Clark. Let's talk about Memphis. All right. So they're going to be missing some bodies as well. I think Brandon Clark's probably my favorite play here from this team. I would have exposure to Melton, but I'm not going crazy. I guess talk to me here about this Memphis team.
Brandon Clark is one of my favorite plays on the slate. I think, we see it when this team's healthy. Sure, he plays 18 to 21 minutes, but he's an absolutely elite per minute producer. Like, I don't like to game log watch, but like, look at his last 5 games: 17 minutes, 18.5 DK points, 25 and 21, 29 DK in 20 minutes, a subpar 17.75 and 22, and then 25 in 17, 25 and 18, 29 and 20. Like, he's a phenomenal per minute producer. So you take away Steven Adams, Jaren Jackson, this front court, one of him or Xavier Tillman is going to have to start. I wouldn't be surprised if it is Tillman to match up a little better with DeAndre Ayton, but nonetheless, like, we should see Brandon Clark over 28 minutes, and at 4K, that's just an absolute smash play to me. I do think you can play him with Xavier Tillman, though.
Yeah, I think he's fine too. For me, I'm on Brandon Clark more as well, just because of the point per minute producer that he is. But yeah, I mean, they're so cheap you can play both. There's just so many centers though. That's the problem.
I know.
I think Tillman's at center only, right?
Tillman is center only.
Yeah. Somebody's asking Covington or Lindy Waters.
That's tougher. I think I lean Waters.
Yeah, I lean Waters too. And then David said Bob Cove. Ooh, wrong.
Herm is saying Anthony Davis is extremely interesting. This is about as must win as a game as it gets for Lakers. True. 80 projects very poor, and the whole industry is going to expect limited minutes. This is such a low price for nobody to play him. I don't disagree with that take, but I think Anthony Davis is a very irresponsible use of salary today. Like, yes, he's very cheap. He's also center only on a slate where if you get one piece incrementally wrong because there's so much value, you're fucked. So I just can't get to Anthony Davis on this slate. I think if you're MME 150, sprinkle some in, but like anything from like 20 entries or below, I would confidently have zero Anthony Davis. Let me look here. Do you feel differently about Anthony Davis or no?
Yeah, I'm not playing AD. I just play LeBron. Like it's a must win game, right? We see LeBron show up in must win games. They're basically fighting for a playoff spot. Yeah, maybe AD gets a little bit more run, but guys, it's Anthony Davis. Like Paul George, yeah, he gets hurt quite a bit, but he does not get hurt nearly as much as Anthony Davis. Like Anthony Davis
I'm close.
will
Yeah.
probably go to the locker room tonight, guys. I think the odds are what, minus 200 on DK probably that he goes to the locker room. I'm just kidding. Don't look that up. But yeah, I mean, I just think it's a different monster. Even in a must-win game, I don't think AD is going to get full run here. Just play LeBron, guys. LeBron shows up to must-win games. Like it's LeBron James. Everyone says he chokes. Maybe that's out there. I haven't heard that in a while, but guys, it's still LeBron James. He's the GOAT here. Play him. Now Ricky's asking Isaiah Livers. Sorry, talk to me. Isn't Pistons like really short in front court too? What do you think here?
I mean, yes, they are short on the front court, but you're also getting that's a very poor permanent producer who we've seen blow up maybe once on a slate riddled with better value. I just can't do it.
Yep. No, I agree. I think it's 80 already to the locker room. I can't do it, Ricky. I think it's just too risky. Just play beef stew, man. Like pay up for a little bit. I have Damian Jones and beef stew in a lineup together. Yeah, it fades Jokic and a few other centers here, but I mean these two are just in killer matchups. Amazing matchups.
Oh, yeah.
These guys, no one's gonna stop these two. Cool. Where do you want to bounce around to next? I'm not seeing any questions.
I'm looking at the slate right now. I mean, I guess we can double back to the games we didn't talk much about, and it's the ugly games, the 3 early games, but it's also the games that there were the technical difficulties for the stream, so not everyone caught it in Dallas, Washington, Toronto, Orlando, and Indy and Boston. So why don't we just take like a game by game approach with those 3 to make sure people have it covered?
Okay. Which was the games again? Sorry.
It was Dallas and Washington, then Toronto, Orlando, then Indy and Boston.
Okay, let's do that. Let's do Dallas and Washington. We talked about this one a little bit with Luka. Dinwiddie is going to be back. Listen, I understand it takes a hit a little bit to Luka here, but I still think he's a phenomenal play. Yeah, he's going to cut into him a little bit, but Washington's just been so bad. I've been playing my boy Saturansky and Avdia and Kispert, even though I played Hachimura because Kyle told me to play him the other day. I don't think I'm going to play my boys today, Joe. I don't think we need to get there. They still project well, but I mean, you got Coffee, Melton, Nora, Brandon Clark, Kennard. All these guys project way better than these guys, even though they're in a good spot. But yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get to these Washington. I think I'm fading Washington altogether.
Yeah, Washington, the team I'm also fading altogether. Looking at I think sure if you're gonna play anyone in MME, I think Porzingis would be the one just because of his rates. But if as a single entry player, I'm still not getting there.
Joe, you gotta spice up your life a little bit. Play some 3 max, man. Come on, dude.
I love single entry. I absolutely love it. It's funny. NBA is the only sport I single entry for some reason. I don't know why. I multi-entry football. I don't play it baseball anymore. I just can't do it. And then I 3 max golf. So I don't know why I don't know why it's NBA. I think it's just like I'm so used to getting off of work like 10 minutes before lock where I just don't have time.
I think I'm running 3. Yeah, I'm running 3 lineups right now. So I think I'm gonna stick to it. I really like my lineups. I'm terrified something's gonna go just awfully wrong here. So there's something I'm missing here. But one of my lineups does. Oh, Zubac unlikely to play full minutes Friday. There you go.
Yeah, there you
Bump for my boy Hartenstein.
He who shall not be named. Yeah.
Fuck that guy, dude. Like maybe it's the coach. Maybe it's Coach Lou here because why in I guess technically it wasn't. I guess it is sort of a must-win game, right? I don't know. Why would he get the whole fourth quarter? I don't know. That just didn't make sense to me. I mean, he was playing better than Zubac, but still.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm tilted. All right, sorry. Let's move on. Della says indirect bump for Bob Cove here.
It's true. It is an indirect bump.
Yeah.
But I just oh God, the Clippers are I think two of them is coming. Like Herm just said, I really do think two of them is becoming a necessity, and I'm worried about Covington and Terrence Mann.
Yeah.
So I think Kennard and Coffee are my two favorites now.
Yeah. People are saying that worry about Mann. Yeah, Kennard though, he could get some meaningful minutes here, right?
Yeah, he could. He could.
I mean, wouldn't they save Kennard though for the playoffs as well? Like, it doesn't make sense to play Bob Cove and Kennard also. I don't know. This is interesting. Let's go back to this news, right?
Yeah,
so they have what 7.5 players now with Zubac out. Is that right?
Yep. 7.5.
Yeah.
Roughly.
People are asking get off Mann for Melton. I think so. Like I'm legitimately concerned.
Yeah,
now
I
about
agree.
Terrence
I agree.
Mann. I would go to Melton right now. I think this is a spot where maybe they rest like their playoff guys, which I think Kennard is a playoff guy as well, but maybe not as much as Terrence Mann, right?
Yeah, I think they're both a little situational playoffs, but I tend to agree with you.
People are asking Kennard or Clark. I'm leaning Clark still. Kennard or
I'm
Waters.
still way over on Clark compared to
Kennard for me. Kennard or Waters. Definitely Kennard there.
I'm actually on Waters over Kennard.
Really?
I am. I just think Kennard's way too one-dimensional when you compare him to some of this other value.
Yeah. Brooks and Melton okay to pair. I mean, yeah, you can. I'm playing
Sure.
Melton only. Melton and Clark only, really. You can get to Tillman too.
Yeah, that's fair.
Man, there's so much shit going on right now.
I know. I'm gonna go check Underdog to see if we've missed anything. Raptors starters came out. That's 18 minutes ago though. Hold on here.
Zubac probably won't play too many minutes tonight. God, we have to play Hartenstein. Oh.
Yeah, but remember how much Coach Ty Lu, whatever you want to call him, I don't know if I like Hartenstein, to be honest.
He's gonna play big minutes though.
But he
is the minutes that Zubac isn't gonna play. It's got to be him, right? And he gets blowout run too.
Which tweet? Okay. This is the one thing. Underdog tweeted first. Zubac's unlikely to play full minutes. Fantasy Labs tweeted they won't play too many minutes for Zubac. Fantasy Labs has this has been public that they have been kind of copying and following suit from Underdogs. They've been struggling since Justin left. But is that them just trying to reword Underdog's tweet? Because that can mean something completely different. Going from not playing full minutes to not playing too many minutes, those to me mean two different things.
No, you're right.
So I don't know which. I mean, regardless, don't play Ivica Zubac, and it does help Hartenstein quite a bit. But Xavier Moon is going to get a shot to play tonight.
Yeah, I mean, of course. Who else are going to play?
Right. Interesting.
I think I'm going off Nora for Coffee now.
They're the stars for Clippers. Man, Coffee, Kennard, Covington, and Zubac.
Yeah, I mean, why would they play Bob Cove? He's an older guy. Like
Bob Cove has to be 34 or something like that. I'm gonna look it up while you.
when they have no choice.
Robert Covington is he's only 30. He's 31, which is old, but oh god, this is annoying.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of talk here. Like, Man is still gonna have to play.
He's gonna have to play a lot of minutes.
Yeah, he's gonna have
He's
to
gonna
play.
have to play a lot of minutes.
And Hartenstein's gonna play a lot of minutes too. So
I'm still probably. I think I'm still gonna play Terrence Mann, to be honest.
I'm playing Terrence Mann in the lineup for sure. I'm just in my third lineup. I have Damian Jones and Stewart, and I don't want to get off them.
Oh, sorry, I triggered 10ED. 31 is not old. How dare you? Hey, that's 4 years older than me. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, I'm 34
Oh, Jesus
Joe.
Christ. I'm going to get you an
Joe.
AARP membership.
F you, Joe. All right? You damn younglings. You and Kyle. Kyle's like 21, so remember that.
Easy decent, I'm 69.
Interesting. Yeah, David, you're old as shit. Jesus, 36. I thought I was old.
Let me see. I'm just trying to get a gauge on these minutes for this Clippers rotation. You know, like even if Terrence Mann is still going to have to play 40 minutes, like absolutely have to. I just don't see any way he doesn't. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe I might have to fade Brandon Clark now. And I think I'm going to do it.
Don't do it. Don't fade him.
It was for me. It was basically Isaiah Roby and Brandon Clark, or Davion Mitchell and Xavier Tillman.
Oh,
so in that
man.
regard, I think I'm fading
Kennard or Coffee, someone's asking. I lean Kennard because I see him as the more – he's going to take more shots. He's going to fill up the stat sheet more. I mean, Coffee can still get there, so I lean Kennard. That is a good question, though.
Sorry, what was that? I spaced
Kennard
out.
or Coffee? You spaced out. Come on, Joe. You're like 25. You shouldn't space out.
Kennard or Coffee? I lean Coffee, but I love both of them now. Like
people Kyle's age. All right, let's get back on track. We can go back to this game, if anything. Let's go to the first game. So Dallas and Washington. Are you playing any Washington guys or no? You're full fading them.
I'm playing one lineup. I'm playing one lineup, so there's no way I'm playing Washington.
All right. What about Toronto and Orlando? Our boy Eddie alluded to it when he took over for you when you had the stomach flu. Orlando, since the All-Star break, is third in defensive efficiency, but again, still a team that allows a ton of points here. Toronto, always a good defense. This game is a full fade for me.
Yeah, it is. If I were MME, I think I'd have some exposure here and there to like an OG who I still think is a little underpriced. But if there's one game that's just like really ugly from a fantasy perspective, this is the one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
36 scares me, getting like 420 kidney stones and shit.
I want Ibaka take.
Don't play Sir. I'm not playing Serge Ibaka. There's no way I'm playing Serge Ibaka.
I cannot wait for Zubac to play 39 minutes after these comments from Lou. Yeah, if he does,
Ty Lue is a fucking liar. That's all Ty Lue is. Like, he is a fucking liar. This guy said Nick Batum's limited to 19 minutes for the rest of the year. He literally played double that yesterday. Maybe is him sitting out Nick Batum tonight, like, getting him to, he's averaged 19 minutes in the last 2 days. Like, fuck you, Ty Lue.
Yeah.
That's my take. I'm sorry. I just went off the rails. I just can't stand Ty Lue.
I agree.
He's a phenomenal coach, but man.
Fucking Ty Lue screwed me. Why do you play Hartenstein the entire fourth? You dickhead. All right? Come on, man. Oh. Why? Play Zubac. He's your starter. Jesus Christ. I do think Xavier Moon is deserving some consideration. No. I mean, listen, he's fine. He's going to get big minutes here, but I think Kennard, man.
We're getting deep into the weeds with that,
yeah, I think it's too cute, personally.
Let me look. Xavier Moon equals Moon. Everything. I keep thinking of Jamario Moon now. I don't know why. Hart and Kennard or Clark and Melton?
Hart and Kennard or Clark and Melton? Hart.
I think I do lean Clark
Hart.
and Melton, but like the
I
thing,
don't know.
Josh, if do you have any other Clippers in your lineup? Or do you like? I'm waiting for Josh to see if he has Clippers in his lineup. Nor
No.
projection I have for 26 minutes, 28 DK.
Do you now? I have. Let's see what I have here.
Again, they have 11 guys. We have to remember, like, there are still 11 active bodies for Milwaukee.
Oof. I think Roby's probably my top play of the slate. He's gonna play so much against Detroit. I mean, I get it. Like JRE and Sar can both cut into him, but I mean, he still got big minutes last game, even when both active. He just projects through the roof for me.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I like for the reasons you like Roby, I like Maladon.
Yeah. Oh, there goes my phone. Let's see any news. Let's get on news alert too. Woo, man, what a slate! This slate sucks. This slate sucks.
This is just the thing is this is just the beginning. We have another week of this. Like, it's gonna be a headache and a half.
I just love the tanking teams. That's my favorite part.
Let's see here.
But hey, guys, in better news, baseball's back soon. Yay! Let's see. There's people looking at Xavier Moon's NBA G League.
Triple H is asking if you like Aaron Wiggins at 4,700 on FanDuel.
He's fine. He's just a guy for me.
I think fine is the best way to put it.
I wouldn't say he's like projecting through the roof for me.
Yeah, sure.
Javi said one. You agree with my single entry guy? Yeah, I think Kennard and Hartenstein's who I want. I'm trying to get Hartenstein in a lineup too. I just can't find a way to do it, which is my problem. Just because I love my lineup. Like, I'm for sure playing a Kevin Porter, Jalen Green, Davion Mitchell lineup. Like, there's no questions about it. I'm locked into that lineup because that's my initial thoughts from the get-go.
That's exactly what I'm working on right now. I mean, I like Davion Mitchell's expensive. I get it. But has he done anything to not warrant this price? Like, look at his. Again, I don't like look at his rates in the last 6 games now without De'Aaron Fox. It's nuts.
The guy has what, 40 or more DK points in 4 of his last 5, and then the minimum in those 5 is 38 DK points. Like at 8K, obviously you want him to score a little bit more, but he can get to 50, 60 in this matchup. It's Houston, right?
Yeah, 100%. See, I like this lineup with Davion and Jones, but I don't have any Oklahoma City, and I don't like that. Oh, am I gonna fade Brandon Clark? I can't fade Brandon Clark.
Times are tough.
I know. Times are really tough, Javi. What time is it right now? I had 12 minutes to play around. That's okay.
Yeah, let's talk about the last game. So there's 2 games that lock at 7. We just talked about Toronto and Orlando. We're full fading that. Dallas and Washington, it's really just Luka. Indiana and Boston, I just don't think Indiana's going to keep this close. Like, if you play Tatum, similar to what I said about Jokic, I think you have to play Halliburton because Halliburton's the only reason this game stays close, even though the last game, somehow that game was like 50-20 at the end of the first, and it ended up being a close game. So, but I think Boston's a better team than Denver. I mean, Denver's really just Jokic. It's Jokic versus everybody. But I just think this game gets out of hand. Like, if you don't think it gets out of hand, I think you definitely need Tatum exposure. If you don't think the Spurs game gets out of hand against Portland, which Portland is very bad right now, I think you definitely need DeJounte Murray exposure, even though he's expensive. For me, though, I'm just so locked into LeBron tonight. It's a meaningful game. Like I said, it's like a playoff game because they need to win, and we know LeBron shows up to these games. So yeah, LeBron's my favorite spend up tonight out of all these guys, Joe.
Yeah, I don't disagree there. LeBron's really the only interest in the late game in general that I have. I think you can play CJ McCollum. I don't love it because of all the guys being back, but he's at a decent price in a very, very good matchup. So I'm not going to argue with you if you want to play. If you want to play CJ McCollum, like a CJ McCollum and Braun pairing is actually very interesting to me. I just don't think I'll get there. But Braun is like the only guy in this game that I really would want to have a point to get to.
I'm going to play Hardenstein today, and I'm going to be upset by the end of the game because he's probably going to fail me after he cost me so much money. That's
not wrong. Let's see if I can go there. Oh, the positionality of this stuff is killing me right now. Let's see. Utility 7K.
Javi's the water boy. He doesn't play. Wow, thanks, guy. Thanks, Sep.
Jeez.
The mind of the gambler.
Cat gonna smash? I don't think Cat is gonna smash.
No way.
I don't think he's gonna, like, if he smashes, I don't think he's gonna smash nearly enough to make him a necessity on the slate by any means.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of games that lock at 8.
I know. And the thing is, and like those are the most attractive ones too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I'm not getting on Melton at all now. I'm a little worried about that. I mean, he still projects for. I still have him projected for like 35 DK points, and at 5,200, that's very good.
Yeah, again, single entry. The only Grizzly I have in my lineup is Xavier Tillman right now. I'm pretty upset that I'm fading Brandon Clark. It was basically either Brandon Clark or Terrence Mann in my lineup, and I don't. Between those two, I'm not fading Terrence Mann. I just think across the board there's more upside. But I think Brandon Clark is very good chalk. I think Tillman is an elite pivot. Per dollar, they both project extremely, extremely well.
What is Tillman's price?
3-1.
Oh man!
Compared to Brandon Clark, he's at 900 cheaper than Brandon Clark.
I might have to play him over Noora in the lineup. Yeah.
I mean, so for me, I'm not going to cheer against people. I'm not going to do that. But like, I won't be upset if Brandon Clark gets in foul trouble. I won't.
I mean,
and no, I'm not playing Xavier Moon. But you know what? Now I really have to play Xavier Tillman because my alma mater, Xavier, won the NIT yesterday. So I am now hereby required to play Xavier Tillman.
NIT, the not in tournament, huh?
Yeah, shut up, Javi. Hey, we made the tournament every year I was there. I saw an Elite 8. I saw 2 Sweet 16s. And then after I left, we didn't make the tournament once. So let's see here.
No news. What about AD? Risky bet 8,900. Yeah, they guys like AD. I'm not getting there.
8,900, so I get it. But that is so risky in one lineup. Like, so incredibly risky in one lineup.
I mean, you guys really think Xavier Moon is going to get there today?
I don't.
He did get 26 minutes against Minnesota on January 3rd, and he had 34 DK points. All right, I'll ride with you guys. I'll play one. All right, I'll play one Xavier Moon lineup and ride with my boys here, boys and girls, I should say.
Oh wow. Okay. Lock that in.
What?
Josh offered me a Cat versus Luca bet.
Why?
I'm locking Luca in. I don't know. I'm locking Luca in, and I have Xavier Tillman over Xavier Moon.
Okay. Well. Josh, what are you doing, man? Are you okay?
Are you okay? Hey, he's got a conviction play. I respect him playing. Lindy Waters or Brandon Clark? Brandon Clark, that's very close for me.
Y'all, Braun and Damian Jones over over Bob Cover Lyles with Joker. Yeah, I'm on Bron and
Yeah, I
Damian
am.
Jones time.
I am. I'm Brian Damian Jones there.
Hot take, and I'm high as fuck. Good, Jesus, frick.
Yeah, I love it. What time is it there for him? Is it
It's
not,
almost
not
4.
quite 4?
Almost
It's
4
not quite
p.m.
4:20 there. Yeah. Okay, Josh, it's the weekend, man. It's Friday. Do you, and I support it.
Yeah, you do you, frick. You get your
I
stuff
mean,
from
I'm
Javi.
pretty pleased with my lineup. I got all 3 guards that I really wanted in that mid range and Jokic, so I'm okay. I think I'm happy with it. I'm just terrified to fade Brandon Clark, which is never thought I would say in NBA DFS.
I have Brandon Clark in 2 of my 3 lineups.
Double check. Do you have Xavier Tillman in the other or no?
Yeah, well, no, I have Tillman and Clark together in 1 lineup.
Okay.
That Miami Vice hat looks dope in the backdrop. Thanks, man. Here, I'll wear it for you, P-Buck. There you go.
5, 6, 7.
Check the.
8,
Sorry,
wait.
Jay-Win. Let me check this out.
Holy shit! I bet 10 units. I just bet 10 units and I didn't even realize that.
Take over for a sec. I got a ton of
Yeah,
DMs for 5 minutes.
Hold on. What happened? Oh, Fantasy Cruncher's down. Wow. That sucks. This is the worst time of year for that to happen.
That guy. We won't talk about that guy.
No,
we're on a free show,
and I don't want to hear him talk either. So,
time to jam entries. The Fantasy Country same pays out again. 400 entries train. Let's fucking go, boys. I like it. Maybe I'll put in another lineup because of it.
What's really annoying is for how hectic this slate is. It's very quiet right now, like leading up to lock, and I don't like that.
Are you talking about quiet in Discord or what?
No, underdog is way too quiet. Cade's great. I love the Cade call. I absolutely love that call.
Damn, I really don't want to play DeJounte Murray. I think I'm gonna play Luka and Jokic together in a lineup. Got to do it.
I would if I was running more than one. I think if I was running 3, I think I'd run 1 Luka, 1 Jokic, and one of them together.
I like that. You should have done 3, Joe. What are you waiting for, man?
Oh, time, man. Oh, it's time. You know what? Fuck it. Maybe I'll do it. I'm gonna start doing 3 lineups maybe tomorrow. We'll see how things go.
Yeah, you see that? I just sold Joe on it.
Really twisted my arm there.
That was really easy. Let's see. Yeah, Waters is projecting through the roof. This is wild.
Yeah, he really is. We don't have there's not even any of the later game starters yet either.
Mm-hmm.
Should Georgia Tech go? I finished Ozark today. I caught up on that. That was fun. That was a good one.
Oh man, the new season comes out too.
I know, that's why I caught up on it. Man, it's good. That show is so good. Wait, Porzingis got ruled out? No. Hold on, what? Am I missing something? Someone just said no. Josh,
no, he's in. He's
okay.
Really high though. Remember.
Yeah, that's true. Tyreek, I literally saw that scene 2 hours ago. It was phenomenal. Now I understand where half the TikTok sounds come from. Hot take for the slate, Javi, go.
Hot take for the slate. No guy over the price of 10K is optimal. In the 100K, the first lineup.
Wow.
Yeah. No. That's the hot take. But I think 1. Let's say 1, all right? Because a lot of people are going to play 2 with all the value. Maybe that was a little too hot, right? We'll say 1 guy over 10K is optimal, right?
Yeah, I like that because that's what I have in my lineup.
Although don't be surprised if none are. You never know. Could be a balanced build kind of day.
That's like a hot take. Like hot take, no sub 4K value will hit value.
Yeah.
No. What would my hot take be? Hot take, Theo Maladon 50 burger. There you go.
Wow. Do you have him in your lineup? Is that why?
Fuck yeah, I have him in my lineup.
Uh,
That was one of my conviction plays early in the day.
I don't have him. I should probably play Theo Maladon. Who do I play him for, though? Oh, yeah, I can play him for Roby, I guess. Jokic, Maladon here. And we're about to lock here.
How many seconds do we have until lock?
I don't know. I'm trying
Favorite
to fix
two
my...
Clippers are Man and Coffee, Triple H.
All right, I didn't get a fourth lineup in there. I only got 3 lineups in. Damn. Oh, shucks.
Yeah, well, there we go. There we have it. Appreciate you guys sticking with us.
Yeah, let's hop out of here. We'll be in Discord if you guys need us. But
for sure.
anything you want to tell the people before we get out?
I mean, I'll be back on stream tomorrow. Going to be a hectic weekend, basketball and a hectic slate. So just buckle up, put your seatbelts on. It's going to be fun.
It's going to be crazy for a while. Don't forget to sign up for MLB, guys. I don't think Joe's in there, but I'm sure you'll help out with projections, right? Maybe.
Yeah, I'll help with the projection on the back end, but I won't be doing. I don't do MLB content, just NFL and NBA.
Yeah, I'll be around there. We got David, we got Kyle, we got me. Yeah, I know this is gonna be surprising for you guys, but I am out of town next week. David's out of town for most of next week too. But we'll be around. I'm sure we'll find a way to help you guys out. But on behalf of FTN Daily, Javi Perlezzo, Joe Metz, let's not forget to
let's get these beans.